So, what if I could make for you a designer baby? What if you, as a parent-to-be, and I, as a scientist, decided to go down that road together? What if we didn't? What if we thought that's a bad idea? But many of our family, friends, and coworkers did make that decision. Let's fast forward just 15 years from now. Let's pretend it's the year 2030, and you're a parent. You have your daughter, Marion, next to you. And in 2030, she is what we call a natural because she has no genetic modifications. And because you and your partner consciously made that decision, many in your social circle, they kind of look down on you. They think you're like a Luddite or a technophobe. Marion's best friend, Jenna, who lives right next door, is a very different story. She was born a genetically modified designer baby with numerous upgrades. Yeah, upgrades. And these enhancements were introduced using a new genetic modification technology that goes by the funny name CRISPR. Like something's crisp, this is CRISPR. The scientists that Jenna's parents hired to do this for several $1 million introduced CRISPR into a whole panel of human embryos. And then they used genetic testing, and they predicted that that little tiny embryo, Jenna's embryo, would be the best of the bunch. And now, Jenna is an actual real person. She's sitting on the carpet in your living room, playing with your daughter, Marion. And your families have known each other for years now. And it's become very clear to you that Jenna is extraordinary. She's incredibly intelligent. If you're honest with yourself, she's smarter than you. And she's 5 years old. She's beautiful, tall, athletic, and the list goes on and on. And in fact, there's a whole new generation of these GM kids like Jenna. And so far, it looks like they're healthier than their parents' generation, than your generation. And they have lower healthcare costs. They're immune to a host of health conditions, including HIV/AIDS and genetic diseases. It all sounds so great. But you can't help but have this sort of unsettling feeling, a gut feeling, that there's something just not quite right about Jenna. And you've had the same feeling about other GM kids that you've met. You were also reading in the newspaper earlier this week that a study of these children who were born as designer babies indicates they may have some issues like increased aggressiveness and narcissism. But more immediately on your mind is some news that you just got from Jenna's family. She's so smart. She's now going to be going to a special school, a different school than your daughter, Marion. And this has kind of thrown your family into a disarray. Marion's been crying, and last night, when you took her to bed to kiss her goodnight, she said, "Daddy, will Jenna even be my friend anymore?" So now, as I've been telling you this Imagine 2030 story, I have a feeling that I may have put some of you into this like sci-fi frame of reference, right? You think you're reading a sci-fi book, or maybe like in Halloween, mode of thinking. But this is really a possible reality for us just 15 years from now. I'm a stem cell and genetics researcher, and I can see this new CRISPR technology and its potential impact. And we may find ourselves in that reality. And a lot will depend on what we decide to do today.